Tonight, 10 months and 7 days.
We mourn these fallen officers.
Since 5 officers were killed in Dallas. Nearly 1 year later, their lives, their sacrifices are honored.
Plus, filling the FBI's top spot could mean significant changes for our state.
That has a huge effect upon our state politics.
KVUE News Night Beat starts right now.
This is KVUE News Night Beat.
Good evening and happy Mother's Day to all of you moms out there. I'm Chris Betts.
And I'm Brandon Jones. We hope you all made today extra special for the mothers out there. But tonight we do begin with this. Concerns about President Trump's social media activity. This comes after more fallout from his firing of FBI Director James Comey.
I would advise the president not to tweet or comment about the investigation as we go forward.
Now, that's Senator Lindsey Graham, a member of the president's own party, calling for him to calm down. The White House is fast-tracking the effort to replace Comey with 2 days of interviews. Among them, Texas Senator John Cornyn. We'll get to that in just a second there. But meanwhile, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper says Comey's firing must delight the Russians.
Their first objective was to sow doubt, discord, and dissension in this country. And the Russians have to be celebrating.
What about the possibility President Trump taped his meetings with Comey? If they exist, Congress wants to see them, but Trump refuses to say for sure if they do.
So as we mentioned, with the FBI director position open, President Trump has Senator John Cornyn on his short list to replace Comey. But if Cornyn becomes the new FBI director, what would that mean for the future of Texas politics?
KVUE's Michael Perchek, he joins us live in the newsroom to break it all down. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Brandon and Chris. Senator John Cornyn is reportedly one of 11 people under consideration for the position, but of those potential choices, none would have the immediate political impact on both the statewide and national scale as Cornyn. President Trump moving quickly to find a permanent replacement for ousted FBI Director James Comey. But it's the presence of one name on his reported shortlist, Senator John Cornyn, that's drawn the most attention.
I think if Senator Cornyn moves from the Senate to FBI Director, that has a huge effect upon our state politics. First of all,
University of Texas professor Jeremy Suri describes the domino effect that would take place should Cornyn be named and confirmed for the director job.
Generally, governors use the appointment as a way to put someone in place and give them a head start on the election. So I think he would look towards shoring up Republican control over that seat and shoring up his own standing in the state.
First, Governor Greg Abbott would choose an interim replacement to take over the role until November. Then there would be a special election to complete Cornyn's term, which runs through 2020. If no candidate gets more than 50% of the vote in that election, the 2 candidates with the most votes would then go to a runoff race. Who Abbott chooses could alter future elections.
He will have to make a choice as to whether he sends the lieutenant governor in. Dan Patrick is someone that Governor Abbott would like to get out of Austin, and this would be a way he could do that. Or he could turn to House Member McCall, who has a clear interest in this, or a number of other Republicans in the state.
The opening would also provide Democrats an additional opportunity to steal a seat.
I think the chances are very high that if Senator Cornyn leaves the Senate and there's an election in November 2017, that Joaquin Castro will run. And I think the chances are pretty good that he'll be a tough competitor for the Republicans.
From a historical perspective, no sitting U.S. senator has ever been appointed to lead the FBI. Now, as for his potential consideration, Senator Cornyn tells KVUE, quote, "I have the distinct privilege of serving 28 million Texans in the United States Senate, and that is where my focus remains." To read more from our interview with Suri, log on to our website at KVUE.com. In the newsroom, I'm Michael Perchik, KVUE News Night Beat.
And new at 10, North Korea says the medium long-range missile it tested today can carry a nuclear warhead, and not just a medium-sized one, but a, quote, large-size heavy nuclear warhead. Before today's test, a top North Korean diplomat said her country would be willing to talk with the U.S., but that isn't happening now. Also this week, the United Nations Security Council will hold urgent consultations to talk about next steps to take toward North Korea. And check this out, a flash mob of about 200 demonstrators descended upon Trump National Golf Club in California this weekend, and as you can see, spelled out the word resist. The group wants Americans to resist President Trump's presidency and policies, and has also been vocal about getting Trump to release his tax returns.
Well, new tonight, a new leader in charge in France. Emmanuel Macron was inaugurated as president, and he immediately launched his mission to shape up French politics, world economics, and the European Union. Macron is the first French president that does not come from the country's two mainstream parties there. In his inauguration speech, Macron said he will do everything necessary to fight terrorism.
Officers from across the nation have gathered at the Capitol to honor officers who have died in the line of duty. This year, the names of the 5 officers who died in the Dallas ambush on July 7th are being added to that memorial wall. They held a candlelight vigil last night and read the names of the fallen officers. It was an emotional moment for the families as those names were read. There are more than 21,000 names on that wall. And tomorrow night, President Donald Trump is expected to meet with the families of the fallen Dallas officers. And leading the families into that memorial tomorrow, the Austin Police Department's bagpipes team. They won the 2017 Emergency Services Pipes and Drums competition, and they'll be bringing that trophy home from D.C. in just a few days.
Congratulations to them there. And a man hit and killed by a pickup truck in New Braunfels Saturday morning has been identified. The New Braunfels Police Department says 19-year-old David Anthony Tiente Jr. was hit while he was trying to cross the southbound lanes of I-35. Investigators say Tiente died on the scene there. The accident is still under investigation. No charges are expected to be filed.
Today is supposed to be celebrating. They're not going to be celebrating. They're panicking, they're stressed, and they're really worried about the future of their communities.
Well, while most of you were out enjoying family time on Mother's Day, hundreds spent the afternoon at Austin City Hall rallying against SB 4, the immigration enforcement law.
It was the Texas Moms Fight Back March. They were out to demonstrate resistance, saying Governor Greg Abbott is promoting racial profiling.
People feel that all we're doing is creating disturbances. We're waking up the community. We're showing the community that we're here because at the current moment they don't see us.
We're letting them know what their rights are.
Protesters marched all the way down to Congress to the governor's mansion. The group ended there, hoping state leaders will see that they won't back down easily. Instead, they're gearing up for the next big protest. Well, it was a hot weekend.
Yes.
Starting to feel really a lot like summer. And Nathan, we could see in the upper 90s. Please say it isn't so.
Oh, I don't think of the upper 90s. Maybe the upper 80s by tomorrow, right around 90 degrees. Yeah, only a few degrees off from all-time records for today. 93 degrees was officially the high at Camp Mabry, just about that at Bergstrom as well. The hot spot, Llano at 95, 90 in San Marcos. So many of us hit the 90-degree mark. A look outside, we have clear skies and temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s still, so a warm evening. Temperatures eventually dropping into the mid-60s as we wake up tomorrow. Things on radar quiet, although we are watching storms out to our west for tonight. Those will stay out to our west. We're not going to see any rain showers tonight or for tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be dropping pretty low for tonight into the 60s. We'll be, again, waking up into the 60s tomorrow, and we're looking at more warm weather coming our way and chances of rain. Forecast is coming up, guys. All right.